I'll show you how you can guide a person through the system. That is, so that a person can get all the necessary knowledge, the essential basics about what RWA is, how it works, where to find things, the legal structure, and so on. All this information is available even without connecting via MetaMask. A person can access all of it. Let me show you where you can find all of this. We'll start going through this step by step together. The first, let's say, documents are published in open access so that everyone can see them. Look, we have a page, the main page of the romfdefi.com application. And here, even without logging in, that is, without clicking the sign in button, you can see, and anyone can see and use various tools. The first thing is the news feed, right? There you'll always find updates about what's happening inside, what new features have appeared, new financial products that have launched, and so on. So make it a habit to regularly check this feed. So right now there are 9 messages. As soon as the number turns to 10, it means something new has appeared. We go in, read it, and then accordingly inform our teams. Next, the bridge is already available. It's still being improved, and different blockchains will be added so that exchanges between them can be made. But even now, anyone, even without registration, without buying NFTs and so on, can use this bridge and make exchanges that in most cases are not available on other bridges. For example, here you can exchange Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network for a wide variety of cryptocurrencies, including the Ton and Tron networks and so on. So people can take advantage of these rare exchange opportunities. Over time, we will prepare short video clips that will serve as a sort of guided tour, so to speak, showing you how to use this tool, and as a result, you will be able to gain certain privileges when making these exchanges. You can actually save hundreds of dollars on exchanges. Then in addition to this, let me say right away, for any project participant, this thing serves as an extra source of income. However, this income will not come to you directly through the affiliate program. Instead, anyone who makes exchanges through the bridge, pays small commissions. These commissions go into the day token liquidity pool, and accordingly, you earn a profit because the token increases in value and constantly brings you new income. Moving on. In the introduction section, people often ask where to find information, maybe some short videos, how to download them, and so on. All this information is already available. Go to the page without logging in again. Yes, let me repeat. Go to the Getting to Know the Product section, and you'll see a page like this. On it, there are 12 videos, each 2 to 3 minutes long, which talk about the team behind the project, what RWA is, and about management and control. So here you have everything you need for each of you to get acquainted with this information. The option to download these videos has already been added because it wasn't available before. Here at the top, a download button has appeared. When you click on it, you are redirected to the Vimeo service. And on this service, these videos are available to you. Here you click on the 3 dots, select the download button, and the video is downloaded to your device accordingly. Whether it's a smartphone or a computer, it doesn't matter. And after that, you can share this video by sending it to your partners, or let's say posting it somewhere on your own platforms, in your Telegram bots, and so on. Whatever you use, and let's say in the information space that you provide for your team. Next, if you scroll all the way down, a link to the CertiKey audit has appeared. By following the link, as we've already discussed, you can view all the details. The audit is still ongoing, there's a bug bounty, white hack, and so on. So all this information will gradually be posted as a report on this page. And here in Skynet, you can see all the characteristics, everything related to the contract, how it was verified, where, in what way, what was checked, what errors were found, how everything was fixed, and so on. So all of that is available.
Oleg, can you translate into Russian what you just said? Bug bounty, and there was another word just for understanding.
Okay, I got it. Look, after the auditing company checks the audit with their own tools, that is, they read through the audit code, they try to completely somehow hack it, right? So all of this happens at the software level. There are highly skilled specialists working there. Once they have successfully completed their own internal security check, they then engage a specialized community of so-called white hat hackers. These are highly skilled individuals who, immediately following the initial audit check, also take the specific contract files and the underlying contract code, and accordingly, diligently attempt to identify any additional hidden vulnerabilities by proactively hacking the system using their own unique methods and advanced technical skills. And they do this for a certain reward. So if a hacker finds some vulnerability, they will receive some bonuses, and there will be a message about this on the Skynet page indicating that something was discovered and so on. So accordingly, everything is immediately fixed in order to avoid any unpleasant situations that might be related to this in the future. The user accounts are checked in exactly the same way. That is, the part we see that looks nice also contains a huge number of lines of code behind it, and it is also analyzed thanks to these checks. After all these checks are completed, the audit is considered fully finished. It can take up to 3 or even 4 months of research. After that, it is given a rating, which will then be published everywhere, in all the checks and throughout the documentation. And then we'll be able to understand how secure the product we're going to use actually is, right? So all of this doesn't happen at the snap of a finger, as people are used to thinking. It actually takes quite a long period of time, which is why we receive everything gradually as the process unfolds. Now, there are all sorts of smart Alex online who have already started recording, they gave the audit link to ChatGPT and said, debunk the myths, prove that this might not work. And of course, a ChatGPT carrying out the request of these guys gathers information from an audit that hasn't been fully completed yet. That is, the audit has been fully conducted by the company, but there's also additional research being done by people who want to make some extra money from it. For example, if you think you're very advanced in drafting certain contracts and you know how to hack such a contract, you can earn some extra money from that. We have a bonus from the auditing company. We have a bonus from the company itself, from the project itself, and we also have a leadership bonus, right? We've already announced this. $500,000 will go to the person who finds a way to stop the token's growth, or say, break the entire math so that it stops working. Well, you all know this.
I have a question. I'm actually curious. A lot of people just sit in GPT chat for free and write even when they're not getting paid for it. I always ask, why are you writing this for free if Chertik can pay you for it? Go directly to Chertik, make a request that you found such and such a feature, and you will be paid for it. Why do you write for free, and why do you write without any basis and just say things? Yes, this is a very interesting point. Yes.
Now let's move on. Here, below the Chertik audit, the first link appeared. This is a reference to a registered trademark. It was filed. Right now, probably one of the strictest jurisdictions that has ever existed in the world. In the UK has already, let's say, started to examine it, and within a certain period of time, this trademark will not only be fully registered, but it will also be available for everyone to review. Accordingly, you can already go to this page and study everything yourself to see how it works, or you can let neural networks do it for you so they can tell you about the value of this, let's say, this registration. That's the main point. Now, moving on. Very often people ask where to find any legal information, where the company is registered, what, let's say, branches exist in different jurisdictions. All of this can be found in this document. This is the main document for any blockchain project, and it's called the white paper. Click on this link and the white paper will open. Here you have the option to switch to a variety of different languages. Choose the one that will be understandable for us. In our case, let's select Russian. After we switch to this language, we go in and explore the information for ourselves. Here, the information is located in different sections. For example, if we want to use tools, or rather analyze information about the corporate structure, we select the corresponding section, Corporate Structure. And when it opens, we study this information. Let me switch to the Russian version so that everything is clearer for us. There is the corporate structure, and when a person goes to it, here you can find all the legal entities that have been registered, where and in which countries this all takes place, 2 companies, and a registered trademark. That is, all information about intellectual property and so on is already available to anyone for a full analysis in the main paper, the main document of the revolutionary NFT project. In other words, it is available here. There are also many resources here related to legal matters and information. Plus, there is a link inside to the contract itself and additionally to the audit. So anyone who likes to thoroughly analyze a model and understand how it works, this document provides a complete understanding of all the mechanics, how the contracts function, how and why the token grows, where and how its liquidity is formed, how lending works, how auto sales operate, and how collateral works. So everything here is ready, and each of you can study this independently and in the same way pass all this information on to your team members who are currently in the process of exploring this area so that they can make a decision for themselves about how they will interact with it or whether they will interact with it at all. This is my brief introduction about what has already been prepared and what you can use in your work.